Hello, children. Good morning to you all. Yesterday we have started with a new topic, weather versus climate, and I explained you what is weather, what is climate, and what is the difference between weather and climate. And then I gave you a list of the factors which affect the climate. I gave you the list of the factors which affect the climate. Mainly temperature affects the climate. What all other things that affect the temperature in the atmosphere? Understand? How the temperature in the atmosphere is affected. What are the things which affect the temperature in the climate, which makes the climate or which make the atmosphere sometimes cool, sometimes rainy, sometimes pleasant, sometimes very cold, etc., etc. Very hot and dry, wet and wet and cold, wet and hot. In this way, varieties of situations you can see in case of temperature in the atmosphere. So the factors which affect the temperature of the atmosphere, or we can say the factors which affect the climate of a place, are listed yesterday. They were the distance from the equator, distance from the sea, height above the sea level or altitude, humidity and rainfall, ocean currents, and one more thing, what? Ocean currents and distance from the sea. Distance from the equator, height above the sea level, temperature, height. The factors that influence the climate are temperature, distance from the equator, height above the sea level, distance from the sea, direction of winds, humidity and rainfall, and ocean currents. We are going to study about these factors one by one. So our topic for today is weather versus climate is the title of our lesson. In this, yesterday we learned what is weather, what is climate, what is the difference between the two, and how it affects the lifestyle of the people and everything. And I gave you the list of some 6 factors that affect the climate of a place. So we are going to learn them now. Factors that influence the climate of a place. So among all, first comes temperature. Understand? First comes temperature. How temperature affects the climate of a place. The climate of a region directly depends on the temperature or the degree of the hotness and coldness of the air. The sun is the ultimate source of heat on the earth. It gives off the same amount of heat all time. But every place on the earth does not get the same heat. The distribution of the heat on the earth is affected by many factors. So is the climate. So what about the temperature? What is temperature? Temperature is nothing but a heat in the climate or hotness of the climate. How it will be different? Who gives us heat in the climate? The sun is the ultimate source of heat. Understand? Every day, every time, no change in his schedule, children, no change at all. He gives the same amount of heat every day to every place. But the heat that is received by that particular place depends on so many factors which make the places cold or hot. So temperature is the main factor which changes the climate of a place. Understand? Some places are cold, some are moderate. Moderate means neither too hot nor too cold. Some are very cold, some are very hot, some are hot and dry, so on. Why it happens? It is all because of the heat received by those places. It is not because the sun gives heat, someone less, నేను మార్క్స్ ఇస్తాను, మీరు రాసింది బట్టి మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి మీకు, అవునా? ఒకరికి 5 వస్తాయి, ఒక 2 వస్తాయి, ఒకరికి 0 వస్తుంది. It all depends on your performance. Same way, sun does not do any partiality. It is you people, or it is those regions, areas which receive heat. Sun equally spreads his heat all over the earth, but it is the regions, areas which receive them according to their location. Some get more heat, some get less heat. Some receive, I can say, less heat, some receive more heat. The regions or the areas which receive less heat are colder. The areas which receive more heat are hot. So what are the factors that affect the temperature of the place? First comes the distance from the equator. Next coming is distance from the equator. This is the factor which plays very important role in spreading the heat all over the earth. Understand? Let me draw the diagram first. Think this is 0 degree or equator. And this is North Pole, this is South Pole. You know, this is Tropic of Cancer, this is Arctic Circle, this is Tropic of Capricorn, and this is Antarctic Circle. Okay. This is the most important thing to do whenever we talk about the climate. How these latitudes help us to know about the climate. Now this is equator. 0 degree latitude is called equator. How the distance of the place is affected by the heat. How the distance from equator plays important role in for the places to receive heat. You know, equator is 0 degree. You can say 1 degree, 2 degrees, like that. We go on drawing. The places which are one more thing to tell, let me. So, now out of these 5, this is equator, 0 degree. And out of these 2, 23.5 and 66.5, both the sides. Which is nearer to equator? 23 is close to equator and 66 is very far from equator, and North Pole and South Pole, they are completely away from the equator. Yes? Then what happens to them with the sun's heat? Now, one thing you remember, sun's rays, if it is sun, okay, whatever. Sun's rays fall on the earth vertically on the equator. Near the equators, sun's rays fall on the earth vertically. Vertically means straight. Vertically means straight they fall. Understand? So, near the equator or on the equator, I can say, the sun's rays fall on the earth vertically, straightly. And here they cover the short area, small area around the equator. Okay, then what happens is, when the sun's rays fall on the earth vertically, straightly, they cover small portion. First thing. Second thing is, distance from the sun to the earth is less near the equator. The places around the equator are close to the sun than other places on the earth. So what happens? The places which are very close to the earth receive more heat. Understand? When the sun's rays fall vertically around the equator, the places which are very close to the equator, they receive more heat. Why? Here the sun's rays fall vertically and they reach the earth very fast. And they reach the earth very quickly. When the sun's rays fall on the earth vertically, where they fall on the earth vertically, around the equator or on the equator, I can say. Here what happens? When they fall vertically, they cover less distance, firstly, and the places around the equator are more hotter. They are hotter. When the sun's rays fall vertically, the sun's heat reaches the earth very fast. When the sun's rays fall vertically straightly, then the sun's heat reaches the earth very fast, quickly, and it is spread on the places which are close to the equator. Understand? I can say till both the sides, north and south, till the tropics. Understand? Till the tropics. From 0 degree to 23.5 degree north, 0 degree to 23.5 degree south. Till here, this area is closer to the equator. So, this area gets more heat. And more than this, the areas which are very, very, very close to the equator, say some 5 degrees to 10 degrees in the north and south, just to this much, they receive more heat than any other places on the earth. So what happens in that case? When the sun's rays fall vertically on the earth and reach the earth very quickly, so the areas which are very close to the equator, they receive more heat. As a result, what happens? We are going to know. The places very close to equator. I am showing only this part. Other than that, near the tropics also, it is hotter only. But very close areas get heavy rainfall every day almost throughout the year. Why it happens? Why they get heavy rainfall every day here? Whatever may be the season, they get a heavy rainfall. Reason for this is because of the excess heat of the sun. The water bodies which are close to the equator, water in them gets evaporated very soon and they reach the atmosphere. There they form the clouds and they reach the earth as heavy rainfall. Got what I said? Understand? The areas which are around the equator, very close to equator, they receive most heat from the sun. Then what happens? The water bodies here, water in the water bodies like lakes, rivers or oceans, seas, whatever are there in that particular place, their water in these places get evaporated quickly. Understand? Morning also it is very hot. By noon, water evaporated and it becomes heavier in the sky, forming the clouds. That's why by afternoon or by 4 o'clock, it starts raining very heavily almost every day. This process continues forever. That is why what happens here is land is marshy. Thick forests grow here and it gets very much heat. So the land around the equator or the place between 0 degree to 23 degree and half north and 23 degree and half south, this part gets more heat. Understand? Then why? Because sun's rays fall vertically on this area. As they pass away from the equator, understand, as they pass away from the equator, they become little slanting cross. They become little slanting cross. Understand? So what happens when the sun's rays fall slanting almost around the tropics, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, ఇక్కడ ఈ దీని చుట్టుపక్కల అన్నమాట 23 degrees to 66 degrees in the north and south. In this area, the sun's rays fall slantingly on the earth. When they fall slantingly on the earth, they are spread over a very large area of land. That's why these rays, when they fall slantingly on the earth over a large area, the area gets less heat. For example, you are two brothers and sisters in one family. In other family, 4 brothers and sisters are there. Your dad buys some sweets, Kaju Katli and favorite for everybody. Then the family where only 2 children and mom, dad will be there. And second family, 4 children, mom, dad will be there. Third family, mom, dad, grandparents and 4 children are there. So, which family gets more pieces of Kaju Katli? The family, same amount. Say 250 grams తెచ్చారు అనుకోండమ్మా, ప్రతి ఫ్యామిలీ వాళ్ళు 250 grams తెచ్చారు, ఈక్వల్. 4 members ఉన్న ఫ్యామిలీ, 6 members ఉన్న ఫ్యామిలీ, 8 members ఉన్న ఫ్యామిలీ, all of them got equal quantity of Kaju Katli. Then you say which family gets more pieces, which have less members, right? Then those which are having medium number, not very less or not so many, they get little lesser than the 4 members family. 6 members ఉన్న ఇక్కడ వీళ్ళకి ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి 4 పీస్ వస్తాయి, వీళ్ళకి ఎంత వస్తాయి 3 పీసెస్ వస్తాయి అనుకోండి. ఇంకా ఫ్యామిలీలో పేరెంట్స్, గ్రాండ్ పేరెంట్స్, ఇంకా 2 చిల్డ్రన్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి 2 రావచ్చు, 1.5 కూడా రావచ్చు. అర్థమైందా? సో ఎక్కడ లెస్ పీపుల్ ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళకి ఎక్కువ వచ్చింది, ఎక్కడ మీడియం మామూలుగా ఉన్నారో అక్కడ కొంచెం తక్కువ వచ్చింది, మరీ ఎక్కువ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి చాలా తక్కువ వచ్చింది క్వాంటిటీ ఆఫ్ కాజు కత్లీ. అర్థమైందా? అలాగే సన్స్ రేస్ కూడా ఎక్కడైతే వర్టికల్గా పడతాయో అక్కడ చాలా తక్కువ ప్లేస్లో పడతాయి. wherever the sun's rays fall vertically around the equator, they cover very less area of land. That's why they receive more heat. As we go across this Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn till the Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle, the sun's rays become slanting and they are spread over a large area. They are spread over a large area. That's why as I compared 4 members and 6 members family, like 6 members family, here moderately they fall. They spread over the land. The sun's rays or the heat of the sun spreads moderately over this place. I mean, here the sun's rays or the heat is spread neither too much nor too less. Okay. As we move still forward towards the poles in Arctic region and Antarctic region, they become more slanting like this. They become more slanting. When they become more slanting, they are spread still very widely. Then here almost nil heat. They get light, but sun's rays cannot spread the heat completely. Very, very less heat of the sun is spread over this area. Understand? So, the equatorial region where the sun's rays fall vertically, they get more heat, and the places in the tropics, around the tropics, get moderate heat, and the places near the poles get very, very, very less heat of the sun. So depending on this, what happens, the places which are around the equator are very, very hot, and the places which are between the equator and Arctic circle, between the Tropic of Cancer and equator, between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the north, between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the south, they have moderate heat, neither too hot nor too less. And the places which are between the Arctic Circle and North Pole and Antarctic Circle and South Pole, they don't receive any heat at all. They remain cold throughout the year. So here the area is covered with snow, children. Understand? In this way, based on the heat received by the sun, in this way, the amount of heat received by the earth, understand? In this way, the heat of the sun received by the earth is divided into 3 main heat zones or climatic zones. Based on the heat received by the earth, heat of the sun received by the earth is divided into 3 main heat zones, or we can call the climatic zones. Okay. 66.5. 23 and half northward, 0 degree, 23 and half degree south, 66 and half degree south and southward, 90 degrees. So, based on the heat received by the earth is divided into three main heat zones or climatic zones. Zone means area, children, or climatic zones. Based on the sun's heat received by the earth, the areas are complete earth is divided into three main heat zones. They are the area between 0 degree between the tropics, from 0 degree to 23 and half degree in the north, and from 0 degree to 23 and half degrees in the south. This area is the hottest climatic zone, and this is known as torrid zone. This is known as torrid zone. Which area? The area between the tropics is called torrid zone. The area between the 23 and half degree towards north and south, 23 and half degree towards north and south, this area is called temperate zone. Understand? So, this one is torrid zone, second is temperate zone. And the area between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole, and the area between the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole is called frigid zone. So, torrid zone, how I represented? This is called a legend of the map, key, where you can see this way. And temperate zone, how I showed you? This way. And frigid zone, how I showed? Just shaded completely. Understand? In this way, you also have to do in your notebook when I ask. So, in this way, based on the heat received by the sun, the heat of the sun received by the earth, the amount of the heat of the sun received by the different parts of the earth, the whole earth is divided into three main heat zones or climatic zones. They are torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. So, from 0 degree to the tropics. What are the tropics? 23 and half degree north latitude, 23 and half degree south latitude. Or I can say from equator to Tropic of Cancer, from equator to Tropic of Capricorn. This area is called torrid zone, or we can call it even tropical zone also, because it is lying between the tropics. So we can call it tropical zone also. This is the hottest zone. Zone means area. It is the hottest zone on the earth. Here life is mostly impossible because very hot climate is there due to heat of the sun. Water from the sea, water bodies get evaporated, and what happens, they cause rainfall, heavy rainfall every day. So most of the land here is covered with the thick forests, and land is damp. Legs sink into the damp marsh of the land. So people here cannot live, and due to this dampness, mosquitoes will be more, and all. Only you could see some tribal people in this area. So the tropical zone or the tropical zone or torrid zone is not fit for human life. Then comes a temperate zone. Temperate zone lies between the 23.5 degree north, 66 and half north latitude, and between 23.5 degree south latitude and 66.5 degree south latitude. I mean, the second one, temperate zone, is between the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the north, and it is between Tropic of Capricorn and Antarctic Circle in the south. Understand? So we can call it North Temperate Zone and South Temperate Zone. From Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle, it is called North Temperate Zone. From Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle, it is called South Temperate Zone. So this area gets moderate heat, neither so much nor so less. So this area is very suitable for human life. Which area? Temperate zone is very suitable for human life. So you find a thick population in these areas. Then coming to the frigid zone. Frigid zone lies between 66.5 degree north to North Pole and 66.5 degree south to South Pole. I mean, the frigid zone lies between Arctic Circle and the North Pole, Antarctic Circle and South Pole. So this is, we also can read it as North frigid zone in the north, South frigid zone in the south. In this way, the amount of the heat of the sun the earth receives, the whole earth is divided into three main climatic zones. They are torrid zone, temperate zone and frigid zone. The tropical zone, torrid zone is also known as tropical zone. It is the hottest zone on the earth. And temperate zone is a moderate, and frigid zone, as its name indicates, the coldest area on the earth. Understand? In this way, the temperature received by the earth affects the climate of a place. Some are very hot, some are moderate, some are very cold. This way, the distance from the equator affects the climate of a place. Means the places which are close to equator, near to equator, the distance of a place which is very less with the equator, they get more heat. The places which are away from the equator, the distance from the places which have more distance from the earth, they have moderate. The which have the most distance, they have very cold climate. In this way, the distance from the equator affects the temperature on the earth. So this is for today. It is enough. Remaining topics I teach you tomorrow. Thank you. Here I stop.